Okay, well, I don't really have any kind of script for this, but I mostly just wanted to talk about Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, which is my most played game on the Nintendo Switch, and has been for a long time. I have over 1,000 hours logged, which is absolutely insane to me for just being a video game in general. Like I've never really spent that much time on any video game except for like a select few if I'm like adding up like every Pokemon game I've ever played, every session of League of Legends I ever played. Um, as far as like a single game's campaign or a single game's pure playtime, I really can't think of many that maybe some that might come close, but to actually be over 1,000 is ridiculous, and it's especially crazy when this isn't even like an amazing like console seller kind of game. This isn't like Zelda, you know. This is Monster Hunter, and not even the new Monster Hunter games, the stuff like World and Rise and Wilds, like that is what all the new fans are playing, all like the modern fans, and I am a modern fan too. I got started with World actually, um, but ever since I really got into this game, I could not put it down for the life of me. I was always like putting up a session at the end of like a work day or at the end on like a weekend. It's like okay, I'll play some, and there's just so much variety that you can do in this game in terms of your build and your loadout. Like on top of the 14 weapons, you've got the hunter arts and you've got the hunter styles. So there's so much that you can do to customize your build. You have every armor piece you could ever want across all of the entire history of the older games. You got every monster that you could ever want, with the exception of like most of the subspecies that. Sorry, man. I keep freaking hitting this greatsword player with my hammer because I'm not like positioning properly. Um, oh shoot, he's gonna get attacked. We got you, buddy. Hang on. Get him out. Get him out. What was I saying? Oh, nice. Um, wait. Oh my god, I'm gonna freaking knock him up in the sky again. Oh! Okay. Crap, it's actually really hard to talk while freaking playing this, like doing an actual hunt. I didn't think it was gonna be that bad, but it's actually kind of hard. What was I talking about? Yeah, what I love about GU, it just has so much content. Like if you're like a Monster Hunter fan, and it was hard for me to get into this game, like really hard. Um, it was the first like old world game that I played before I ended up going back to playing like 4U and 3U and all these other games. So trying to get the hang of this coming out of Monster Hunter World, it was like completely different story because the game is freaking clunky as heck. Like anyone that plays this will tell you, oh, it sucks how you have so much commitment on your weapons. You have when you use your potion, you got to stand still. Like there's a lot of stuff like that that is just you have to get used to it. Um, but once you get used to it, once you just understand this is just how the game is meant to be played, and you almost have to like learn the game in order to play the game, which sounds kind of silly, but it really is like that. It's kind of like I always hate making the comparison to Dark Souls with the series, but it almost feels like that, where you need to learn how to play it before you can start having fun. And that's true for a lot of games, but with Monster Hunter, I feel it's especially important because you can spend like 50 hours just learning how this game works. I'm not even joking. There's just so much you can do. Um, People spend dozens and dozens of hours sticking to one weapon because they're used to it and it's all they really need to know to play it. You got so much variety and so many options though to approach any of the hunts with in this game. Oh, nice. And to me, that's what makes me keep coming back to it, is like I always have something to do in this game. In terms of like my character's build or loadout, I always have like in my little Discord server where I just have a bunch of posts in a private channel. I keep screenshots of what I want to build next and just pictures of. I use like a third-party builder app. Once you get into it, you start downloading all these freaking apps to help you do it. But it becomes a matter of like there's so many skills in the game. There's so many things you could do. And you look at them and it's like, I wonder what this does, or this would be fun to try. And then you fit it into a build, and then you pick a weapon, and you pick a style, and then you just take it into a hunt, and it's almost like you're playing a different game every time. Like, it's honestly so crazy how much replay value this game has. Oh, nice. Not to mention the servers are still up online, you know, which is a lot to ask for. I think my teammates just left me. Yeah, they went to go fight the Rathalos. Which is a lot to... I should go help them before I stun this thing and I can't do anything about it. You know, it's a lot to ask for to get this much replayability in a video game. And I know Monster Hunter is notorious for having a lot of replayability. But growing up, because I've known about this series for decades at this point, and I mean decades of like what, 20 years? The series is only 20 years old as far as I know. Um, but when I first heard about it, like back on the PSP, I gave it a shot and I was like, I do not understand anything. Like it was just so slow, it was so clunky. It played a lot like this game, which it might have been like Freedom or Freedom Unite. I can't remember which one it was on the PSP. But I dropped it after like 5 minutes. I said, "Wow, why does this series have so many like diehard fans?" I couldn't understand it, and I'm someone who grew up playing a lot of Nintendo games, you know, and Nintendo games have a very low barrier of entry. You can basically pick up any of them and understand what you're supposed to do and have fun with it, and they're designed to be that way. The Monster Hunter as a series was a whole different beast. So because Generations Ultimate, oh nice, is just, oh he's dead, is just a collection of all of the legacy games that came out before Monster Hunter World, you have just about all the content from those games in this game. There's always new monsters to hunt. You've got, like, you don't have the subspecies like I mentioned, but you got the deviants. You got super bosses like Fatalis and Atal-Ka and all these other guys. You got, like, really varied hunts because they added the four guardians, or the Fated Four, Glavenus, Mitsusune, well, those guys. And then you got Valstrax, who is another super boss in this game. So much variety. And then you've got the monsters that they had coming back from all of the previous games, or most of the monsters at least. Um, yeah, it's just insane. And I think the simplicity in terms of just the game structure, the game doesn't really ask you to do anything except hunt monsters. There's no story. I mean, there's dialogue, but the story just basically amounts to go hunt the monster. Um, there's things you can unlock, but a lot of your unlocks come down to just your equips and your weapons and stuff. Like, you're really just playing this for the hunt, for the thrill of the game. And for me, like, I kind of prefer that kind of game when it comes to playing it over and over again. I put a lot of hours into games like Minecraft or Pokemon and like the post games of Pokemon because a lot of them just come down to the gameplay. Like it's all about just a lot of customization and how do you want to play today. Uh, it's kind of what keeps me coming back and why I enjoy it so much. Oh, he's gonna get stunned right here. Or not. Okay, well, right here. Oh, okay. I thought I had enough stun built up from when I was bonking him earlier. Well, maybe now. There we go. It's like I knew it was coming, I just didn't know when. One thing's for sure, the freaking stuns in this game are not nearly as generous as they are on the newer games. No shade to the newer games though, because I do still like all of, like I've played World and Rise and Wilds, and they're all great games too. Hundreds of hours in all of those games as well, actually. But if I'm ranking all the Monster Hunters, this one definitely has the most hours that I've put in. So much to the point where I've set my goal in this game to make it to HR 100 for the first time. I've never made it to not 100, 999, sorry. I've never made it to HR 999 in any Monster Hunter game, and in this game I'm very close to hitting it. I'm like 970 something. which I would hope after, you know, 1,000 hours of freaking GU. But alas, here we are. So yeah, I don't know. I just gotta say, I really freaking love this game, and I love how they designed it. I think I never would have thought this would be my most played Switch game in 2026, let alone. You know, because I've gone through so many Switch games. It's not even a first-party Nintendo game. It's not even like a Switch launch title. Like, I technically GU is, but this game started on the 3DS as Monster Hunter Generations. So, like, that's why it looks like it's basically. It looks a little bit. Looks like it could have been a low poly game they upresed, but like that's how crazy it is to me. It's like this game technically came out in like 2016 or something, like around there, like mid 2010s, and then they released GU in 2017 on the Switch or 2018. I think it was like around that time. Um, and yeah, it is still every time I get Nintendo's year in review. I just got it this year. GU is my most played game, and I don't know. I think it's fantastic, and it'll be a sad day whenever the servers for this game get shut down. I would like to hit 999 before then, at least, which the Switch has a long life ahead still with the release of the Switch 2 and everything, so I have no doubt that things will be fine for quite a long while for this game. And the community online is also pretty healthy compared to, you know, a lot of other games that tend to die due to no population. Oh, no hunter rank there. But yeah, so that's basically my rambling thoughts on why I like this game a lot. So didn't really have any direction I was going to go with it other than, yeah, just wanted to get my thoughts down. Thanks for watching.